ठीक है, like we are discussing so many things on a regular basis, but most of the news is like already covered. So there are like other versions of the same news. Okay, so we'll discuss like only few important articles today. How many of you seen this article ki we have become like fourth largest economy in the world? India became the fourth largest economy. No one. Japan used to be on fourth rank. Now it became fifth and we are on fourth. So we have somewhere around like some 335 lakh crore, some difference between Japan and India. So we are like 4.19 lakh crore dollars of GDP we have, and they have about like 4.18. There is a very small difference, but still we have the potential to come into the top three. So we may take like Germany, and then we may become the third in the next like coming years. That potential is there because of what? Because of this US tariffs thing on the world and some uncertainties with respect to the wars. There's so many wars happening between Russia and Ukraine, and here Israel and Gaza. And in the Operation Sindoor as well, Turkey helped Pakistan with respect to the missiles and drones. So again, we thought of like, when with respect to Maldives, anyway, we'll discuss this as well. So we boycotted the tourism of Maldives sometime. So again, they are like mostly depending on the India's tourist sector. The tourism sector of Maldives is majorly depend on the Indian tourists. The same happens with the Turkey as well. So again, we started boycotting this Turkey tourism. So many bookings got cancelled. So they came back again, please come. We need you. We need Indian tourists here. So again, of course, it restarted, but everything is interconnected. Maybe like we may become to the top third in the coming years. This is one thing, okay? So this is not there in the Hindu. Just wanted to tell you. Next, page number 6. How many of you know about this Mysore Sandal soap? This is a government company owned soap. The company name is Karnataka Soaps and Detergents Limited. What is the name? Karnataka Soaps and Detergents Limited. This is a Karnataka government owned company. Okay. So what is the issue? Recently Tamanna Bhatia కొంచెం గట్టిగా మాట్లాడండి, మీకు తెలుసు న్యూస్ కానీ మీరు చెప్పరు అంతే. Brand ambassador of this Mysore Sandal soap. Now they are like, Karnataka people are like not able to accept it because it is a Karnataka government owned company. So they want only the Karnataka people to represent the Mysore Sandal soap. Okay. Next we have all crew members of sunken ship of Kerala coast rescued. This is a Liberian ship. The ship is from Liberia. It is going between Vizhinjam port. How many of you heard about this Vizhinjam port? Recently Modi inaugurated the port, Vizhinjam, transshipment port. So the ship is going from Vizhinjam port to Kochi port, but munigipoyindi madhyalo. So all crew members got like saved because of the efforts from our Indian Navy and Coast Guard. But the issue here is it has some dangerous thing, calcium carbide. Of course, there will be so many containers are there in the ship, but there are like few ships which contain this calcium carbide thing. It got spilled off into the sea. So if it react with the like whatever the water or the sea's water, it will create acetylene. What? Acetylene, which is like very dangerous with respect to the marine life. Because of course we use it in the industries to welding or cutting the things, but it can carbide kada. So if it reacts with that ocean sea water, it will form the acetylene, so it will affect the marine life, so it may destroy the overall oxygen thing in the sea. But like, what can we do here? Like, of course it got spilled off into the ocean, like, but what can we do here? So one thing is, we need to spread, we need to stop the spreading of that particular spill. Second thing is, we need to remove. See, oil spill concept is like very, very important. It will come so many times in your preparation. So first thing what we need to do, we need to stop spreading that particular spill, because it may go over like hundreds of kilometers. It may affect the overall aquatic life in the, with respect to the Kerala coastal thing. So we need to stop spreading that first, and then we have to remove. Okay, this is very important. Okay, got it right? Okay. Next. So you know this very well. The editorial, the air power use discourse and Operation Sindoor. We have discussed it so many times. And there is and again the frontier of progress. India must recognize the Northeast diversity to tap its potential. So we have discussed this Manipur wala issue, Methi and cookies issue, right? And even we have discussed about Nagaland, Naga Limb wala issue, NSC and IM. How many of you remember this? NSC and IM, National Socialist Council of Nagaland, Isaac Muvia fraction. We discussed it. So Northeast is full of diversities, right? With respect to language, with respect to culture, with respect to the place itself, it's a complete hilly area. And the fourth thing is, it is on the border side. We have Bangladesh, that side, China, Myanmar. So they are on the border side. And there is only small portion that is connecting the mainland India to the Northeast is Chicken's Neck, Siliguri corridor in West Bengal, right? IR done, right? Okay. So the same thing is like again came here with respect to this particular article. Okay. But the point is like, of course we are doing so many things with respect to the Northeast. We are building the infrastructure projects there, road connectivity, rail connectivity, because there is one Siliguri corridor is all about like the narrowest land that is connecting is like 20 to 22 kilometer. Anything can happen at this juncture, right? Very narrow area. If these 20 kilometers cut from the mainland, what happens? China will take over the seven sisters from us, right? So we are doing so many infrastructure projects there. Power projects we are doing, hydroelectric projects we are doing, so many infrastructure projects we are doing, and so many companies are investing in Northeast, especially the tourism sector. But the point is this, majority of them are like tribals. So many infrastructure thing is happening. That may create earthquakes. One, that may create displacements, environmental issues may come, because we need to clear the area, we need to replace, the people have to move to the other locations. Again, these things are coming up. So closely watch the articles and the things that are going here. Okay. Cool. Next, the time for a new India-Africa Digital Compact. So already you read about this India-Africa relations in IR, right? So you guys have to tell me, what are the new initiatives that we took up in Africa? Anyone? IR ka chadivara evaraina? India-Africa relations chadivara? ONGC? Mozambique. Okay. Next. Next. NPCI partnered with some countries there for this digitalized transactions, UPI transactions. See, chalo, for example, we are under Britishers, Africa is also under Britishers. There is some common cultural, maybe civilizational, maybe ideological, maybe some prime minister or president of some African country will come and bow down in front of Modi. This is all like respect. Do these ideologies or the respects matter same with respect to economy or finance? Yes, no. Same happens with the countries as well. Even though we have so many similar connections with Africa, but still Africans are going towards China, US, Russia for so many other things because the cost is low. We are doing so many good things in Africa, but still this is happening with respect to the maybe some raw materials kind of thing. Okay. So now read these lines with me. So May 25 marks the founding of Organization of African Unity in 1963. We celebrate it as African Day. The African Union's Digital Transformation Strategy 2020-2030 positions digital innovation at the heart of its agenda. So the African Union agenda is this. African Union's Digital Transformation Strategy 2020-30 positions digital innovations at the heart of its agenda. So we have very good digital partnership with Africa. If you see the second heading, the digital partnership, Pan-African e-network launched in 2009, which provided telemedicine and tele-education through satellite and fiber optic infrastructure. It is implemented by TCIL on behalf of Indian government. Whenever you write something with respect to India-Africa relations, you have to quote this. These are the lines that you have to quote. Okay? And expanding on this, building on the success of its digital public infrastructure. What is the digital public infrastructure in India? Tell me some examples. Digital public infrastructure. Without looking at the paper. Chalo, fast tag, okay. UPI is first and foremost example. Aadhaar, okay. Next. Is there anything that you can leave behind in UPSC? Environment is very, very important with respect to your prelims. There are 3 questions. 3 questions అన్నీ కూడా some fuel based, electric based questions వచ్చాయి. ఏవేవో ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేసి పోతారు. 3 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వెహికల్ సంబంధించింది, ఎలక్ట్రిక్ పాలసీకి సంబంధించినవి వచ్చినాయి. చూడకపోతే అయిపోయాయి. ఎనీవేస్, ఓకే. So under this DPI, whatever the digital initiatives that we took in India, so we are like giving the same to the African nationals, tilted towards US, China for the less cost equipment. And there are so many things. For example, he gave some examples, right? And the second thing is this. In this paragraph middle, there are some countries and the partnerships that we took with them. The contours of a digital partnership between India and Africa are already emerging. In 2021, Togo's National Agency for Identification signed an MOU with IITB to implement the modular open source platform as the foundation for its national digital ID system. Next, 2023, Zambia. Same IITB to support the implementation and scaling up of Smart Zambia initiative, a national effort to advance digital transformation across government services. Next, 2024, Bank of Namibia signed with National Payments Corporation of India, NPCI, for developing a UPI-like instant payment system. Ghana too is linking its payment system with India's UPI to enable faster transactions. Of course, there are so many initiatives that we are taking care with respect to the African countries, okay? But there are some challenges as well. What are the challenges we have with respect to Africa? IR lo jarigi untadi cheppandi. ఒకటి చైనీస్ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్, 2 క్వశ్చన్ అడిగితే మినిమం ఒక 5-6 పాయింట్లైనా రాయాలి. చెప్పండి ఫాస్ట్గా. సరే పోనీ ఆఫ్రికా వదిలేయండి, ఐఆర్ అయింది కదా. ఇన్ని కంట్రీస్తో ఉండే మేజర్ ఛాలెంజెస్ ఏముంటాయి మనకి? ఇన్ని కంట్రీస్ ఉన్నాయి, దర్ సో మెనీ కంట్రీస్ కదా. మేజర్ ఛాలెంజెస్ ఒక 5 ఛాలెంజెస్ చెప్పండి. చలో లిస్ట్ అవుట్ 5 బేసిక్ ఛాలెంజెస్. చలో 1 by 1 కమాన్. ఫైనాన్స్, ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్స్, ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్, నెక్స్ట్ డిస్ప్యూట్స్. సరే చలో చైనీస్ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్, బార్డర్ డిస్ప్యూట్స్ అన్నీ కూడా మన ఏరియాకు అనుకున్నాం. అక్కడెక్కడో దూరంగా ఉన్న యూఎస్కో లేకపోతే మెక్సికోతో మనకుండే ఇబ్బంది ఏముంటుంది? ట్రేడ్ ఇంబ్యాలెన్స్. ఓకే అండ్ ద ఇంటర్నల్ డెవలప్మెంట్ కూడా ఉండాలి కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఆఫ్రికా ఈజ్ నాట్ సో డెవలప్డ్, మేబీ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ వైజ్ కావచ్చు. దర్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ ఇన్ అదర్ కేసెస్ లైక్ ఆఫ్రికా ఈజ్ లైక్ నాట్ సో మచ్ డెవలప్డ్ లైక్ ఇండియా, లైక్ మేబీ రష్యా, లైక్ యుఎస్. సో ద డెవలప్మెంటల్ ఛాలెంజెస్ ఆర్ దేర్. We are talking about some digital initiatives in Africa. Are they really digitally literate to use all this kind of stuff there? So first we need to improve that particular infrastructure. Then మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం 2014లో మోడీ రాగానే అందరికీ బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్లు ఇవ్వాలి అని అన్నాడు ఆయన. మనం అప్పుడు మాట్లాడుకున్నాం ఏంటంటే చలో బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్లు ఇస్తాం, కానీ బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్ యూజ్ చేసుకునేంత ఉందా అందరికీ? సో వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్ ఓవర్ ఎ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్? సో ఎవ్రీవన్ ఇన్ ద విలేజెస్ ఆర్ యూజింగ్ UPI now. That illiteracy has to be next page number 10, India-Maldives. This fellow, Maldives president Muizu, he is a pro-China fellow. Okay, he is a pro-China fellow. He took over the government. He asked Indian forces to leave Maldives. Then this we boycotted the tourism. But still పాకిస్తాన్తో ఇంత గొడవ అయితేనే మళ్ళీ పాకిస్తాన్తో మనం కూర్చొని మాట్లాడుతున్నాం కదా. బికాజ్ వీఆర్ వెరీ మచ్ ఇంటర్ కనెక్టెడ్ అండ్ దే ఆర్ ఇన్ ది ఇండియన్ పసిఫిక్ ఓషన్, రైట్? వేర్ ఈజ్ మాల్దీవ్స్? ఇండియన్ ఓషనే కదా, అరేబియన్ సీ ఇండియన్ ఓషన్కి మధ్యలో ఉంటుంది. చూసిరా మ్యాప్ ఏడైనా? సో పసిఫిక్ రీజన్ ఈజ్ లైక్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ అస్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు అవర్ నైబర్హుడ్ పాలసీ. ఆ నైబర్హుడ్ పాలసీని మనం తీసుకున్నట్టయితే ఇటు శ్రీలంక ఇటు మాల్దీవ్స్ ఈజ్ లైక్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ బికాస్ our trade has to go through Pacific Ocean kada. So because of that, when Muizu came to India, so the implementation of this particular policy entante India Maldives comprehensive economic and maritime security partnership. It is signed by PM Modi and that fellow Muizu, because we don't have any other option. Even he don't have any other option also. Even though he is pro-China, he is very much nearer to us, right? So this is also important. Why? Because when it comes to maritime security, our Indian Ocean region plays major role. Okay? Again, so this is what I wanted to tell. So we have this Siliguri corridor, right? Chicken neck. And నిన్న హిమంత్ విశ్వ శర్మ వచ్చేసి మాకే కాదు మీ దగ్గర కూడా 2 సిలిగురి కారిడార్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఇక్కడేమన్నా అంటే కనుక మేము కూడా చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది అని చెప్పి. ఎక్కడున్నాయి అని అంటే ఒకసారి చదవండి, అది పేజ్ నంబర్ 11, 1, 2, 3, 4th paragraph. First is the 80 kilometer North Bangladesh corridor from Dhakin, Dinajpur, West Bengal to Southwest Garo Hills of Meghalaya. ఈ పోర్షన్ ఏ పోర్షన్ అండి? దిస్ పోర్షన్ కనిపిస్తుందా? మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి వెళ్ళి మ్యాప్ చెక్ చేయండి. ఇది 80 కిలోమీటర్ రేడియస్లో ఉంది అక్కడ. సెకండ్ ఈజ్ ది 28 కిలోమీటర్ చిట్టగాంగ్ కారిడార్ ఫ్రమ్ సౌత్ త్రిపుర టిల్ ద బే ఆఫ్ బెంగాల్. దిస్ కారిడార్ ఈజ్ స్మాలర్ దెన్ ఇండియాస్ చికెన్ నెక్, ఈజ్ ద ఓన్లీ లింక్ బిట్వీన్ బంగ్లాదేశ్ ఎకనామిక్ క్యాపిటల్ అండ్ ది పొలిటికల్ క్యాపిటల్, దిస్ పార్ట్. బికాస్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ ఇస్ కి ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ సమ్ ఇష్యూ హ్యాపెన్స్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు బంగ్లాదేశ్ లేకపోతే అటు చైనా, దే విల్ ట్రిగ్గర్ అస్ బై యూజింగ్ దిస్ కారిడార్ కాల్డ్ chicken neck or Siliguri corridor. So if we are every time the same is happening, so we also discovered 2 chicken necks in your area, so very much bordered by our state. So one is this, we can cut this portion and maybe we can create 8th sister to the northeast, or maybe this portion completely, maybe we can add it to our state. So that is there. So Assam CM reminds Bangladesh of its own chicken necks. Maybe we can add these sort of points in our answers. Next, India views China as primary adversary and Pakistan more as ancillary security problem, says US report. US came up with this report called Defense Intelligence Agency. We are thinking that China is a very smaller problem for us. But according to this report, of course we are thinking the same, right? We are not much serious about Pakistan. But the point is that Pakistan thinking India as the existential threat. Understood? In our case, Pakistan is like very small problem because there are so many other problems we have with respect to line of control between India and China, line of control between India and Pakistan, and line of LOAC between India and China. Of course, we have much bigger problem than Pakistan. But Pakistan is thinking that India is its existential threat. ఏమైనా ఎక్కువ చేసినారంటే రేపటి రోజున పాకిస్తాన్ కనబడదని చెప్పినాం మనం. గుర్తుందా ఇది? మొన్న కూడా చెప్పుకున్నాం మనం. But still, there is so much Chinese influence with respect to the Indian Ocean region because it is going and investing there and giving loans with very small percentage of interest to Maldives or to, of course, Sri Lanka, Hambantota port. Rasir kada answerలలో for 99 years of lease. Not just Sri Lanka, not just Maldives. China using all the territory around India just to block us. But what we need to do? We need to engage in this bilateral or trilateral BIMSTEC, Quad, ASEAN, and all these partnerships. So we need to engage and we need to be proactive with respect to all our Indian Ocean regions and with our neighborhood first policy, like Act East policy, so that we can reduce the Chinese influence. But already లీజ్కి ఇచ్చేసాడు, ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేయలేం కదా. బట్ వీ కెన్ రెడ్యూస్ ది ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్. సో వీ కెన్ మేక్ దెమ్ కి we are very good friends than China. So that is what we need to do. Okay. But one more thing is ki with respect to the defense equipment and Operation Sindoor, we have used so many indigenous products, indigenous missiles, drones, etc. Because of our made in India policy, we reduced our dependency on other countries with respect to the military equipment. But the point is ki where these spare parts are coming up from. Most of the defense spare parts are coming from Russia. We have reduced the dependence on Russia as well, but the spare parts are coming from Russia only. So we have to maintain that cordial relationship with Russia so that we can get that spare parts and maybe we can see our made in India concept going very well. The interdependency should be there. That is what there in this particular article. Great. Next, page number 12th. Great, Mamata. Vaccine assistance, UPI, FASTag, telemedicine role. Great. Next, 12th. It is developed by Pune-based Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology. It will provide forecast with a 6-kilometer resolution, the highest in the world. So we came across this new Bharat forecasting system developed by Pune-based Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, the highest in the world. So we have this IMD, right? Indian Meteorological Department, which works under Ministry of Earth Sciences. Okay, IMD works under Ministry of Earth Sciences. But the point is this: the new forecasting model was made possible due to installation of the new supercomputer ARCA at IITM campus last year. So go and check this. What is this supercomputer thing? What is ARCA? The name of the supercomputer is? Okay. There is a good article from this DRDO chief with respect to indigenous technology in the Operation Sindoor. If you have time, just read it. Okay, that's it from my side. Thank you.